Life in Rio de Janeiro. When I came here in 2019, it was a different story. You go down to Copacabana Beach, and it's just popular. Like it's really full of all kinds of beautiful babes. Like really a lot, really a lot. But you go down there right now, not too much. Man, I met up. God, Copacabana was different. Um, I lived with five girls. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Adriana and Teresa. It was just fun, but now you go down there, it's like practically empty. I don't know why. I think it's the gangs. The organized crime element, they come down and they do this thing called an afastão, which means they send 100 kids to rob everybody. So now nobody goes. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. Man, Rio de Janeiro used to be a really cool, really cool. So you got to kind of like retreat into the interior, like retreat into the interior of Rio de Janeiro. And it can still be fun, but now everybody's really careful. It's because of those fucking organized crime elements. Man, those guys fucked up the fucking party, man. For real. Like, even on Carnival, you go down to Rio de Janeiro, and Carnival is supposed to be like spectacular and gigantic, but not anymore. Not anymore. It's lame as duck. That sucks, man. How are you gonna fuck up Rio de Janeiro and live with yourself? How are you just gonna turn Rio de Janeiro into a desert zone of fun and still be happy with your life? Because you want to sell cocaine? That's bullshit, man. You should be trying to blow up the party. It should be just be girls all the time. It should just be like, a whole bunch of fun. But you just kill the fun in Rio de Janeiro because of drugs and gangs. How stupid can you be? Man, I was living with five models in Copacabana. Five. God, and they were like, "Oh, we love you so much." Like, fucking Copacabana was fun. Not anymore. You go down there now, and the only thing you see is like a father and his wife and his daughter kicking a soccer ball. It's like fucking super lame now. So it's like, well, that's the end of Copacabana. And Ipanema, don't get me started. It's even worse. It's even worse. Because Ipanema was the place where they, you got the high end. You gotta. It's the more exotic, the more beautiful, but not now. Not now. It's fucking empty. That's a crying shame, really. Rio de Janeiro was such a fun place. It probably will be again after a little bit of time. Like, I don't know, you know, the police got to get a control on these gangs, man. Just fucking shoot them up, kill them all, because they are fucking ruining business down here. So in Rio de Janeiro, the story is cocaine cartels versus the police. But this game is not working out, you know. It's like, who's winning? Which side is winning? Because I don't see any winner yet. Like the cocaine cartels, they want to sell cocaine on the beach, but there's nobody on the beach. And the police want to take out the cocaine cartels, but they can't. So it's a stalemate. This is a straight up chess stalemate. I don't know, man. Fucking let me decide these fucking questions, dude. You know? Let's come to a medium, you know? Because there's got to be business on the beach, you know? You got to have pretty girls. How about let the cocaine cartels, pimp the bitches on the street, in the beach. Like let them have the finest girls. Let them just and let them make money off of those. Because otherwise, the business is gonna end. Really. And then let the police, bust a couple of low lives every now and then to put the badge on. That's how it should be done. But zero business on Rio de Janeiro? I don't see how that benefits anybody. I don't see how that's any benefit, man. And let me tell you, it is vazio. It is empty out here. Okay, so go down to Copacabana, and what are you gonna see? Nothing. You're not gonna see any pretty girls. You're not gonna see any fun. It's gonna be boring as shit. And the cops don't do nothing either. I don't know what's happening in Rio de Janeiro. It's weird. I could commit a crime right now. I've, you know what I mean? And I could just go like right in front of the cops and be like, I'm gonna fuck you up. you know, like, oh, I'm gonna go rob this guy, and they'll just laugh, and I'll be like, I need a ride home, and they'll give me a ride home. That's Rio de Janeiro right now. They'll be like, don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right. Fucking Rio. Life in Rio, man. It's pretty fucking weird. It's pretty fucking weird. It almost seems like the end of days because the cops don't give a shit, the criminals don't give a shit. There's no law and order, there's just prostitution all the time. And the bitches are just always on the prostitute hunt. Who's the pimp? Who's the daddy? There's all these transvestites. These fucking, what are they called? I mean, I want to be respectful. They're called trans women. That's the name, but it's fucking obvious you're not a woman. They're like, oh, I'm a woman. No, no, you're fucking not no woman. I see the jawline. I see the bridge on the nose. You ain't no fucking woman. I see the fucking collarbones. Yeah, a woman, I doubt it. Well, I'm a woman because I say so. Oh, okay, because you say so. Well, I don't say so. and those fucking trans whatever will fucking assault you. Those are men, okay? Those are men that will fucking try to kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are not women. They're just not. They're not. They're not feminine like maybe some, but most of them are men. Like, and they're like run up on you with a knife and shit. That's how it goes down in real, man. For fucking real. And you got to be on guard, dude. You got to be like, whoa, 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 hey. It's about to get hasty. It's about to get spicy and tasty. I'm about to put this elbow right through your frontal lobe, right through your eye socket. And they'll run up. They'll run up. They'll run up on you, man. They'll run up and try to rob you and try to kick your ass and shit. The fucking trans whatever community in Rio is violent. They are violent creatures. That's fucking crazy as fuck. And all I'm trying to do is just like go to the beach and jump in the water. I'm not trying to fuck with nobody. I'm not trying to touch nobody. I'm not trying to see nobody. I'm just like, I just want to walk. I just want to fucking do a little walk and, like go see the dolphins or some shit. Because they've got wild animal life out in that bay. But, man, they make it difficult. Those goddamn trans women, man. I know it's politically correct to be like, oh, the trans women are, like that's a thing, like it's cool and we should all accept it. But I don't know. I don't think they're that cool. I think they're kind of fucked up, you know. They got identity problems. You know what I mean? But damn, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of trans in Brazil. I don't know why. I don't know why there's so many transes in Brazil. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's a lot of men that want to be feminine, and I fully understand that. I don't know. I guess femininity is kind of like a national culture, national religion. They're feminine. There's masculinity also, like men, that play the soccer ball and kick the ball and like, fight and stuff. Like there's men. There's for sure men. Brazil is confusing. That's for fucking sure. I guess that's why they end up like this, because they're confused. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know one thing. I go outside right now, and you know what I'm going to find? Is five transvestite hookers standing on the side of the road. I can't go buy fruit. I can't go buy milk. Why? Because there's five transvestite hookers trying to fucking flag me down. And and I look at them, dude, I'm like, you better fucking stay away. And then they run after me. I'm like, bitches, I'm about to fucking kick you down. I'm gonna kick you in the fucking jaw. Come any, you come another inch next to me, you're gonna see Bruce Lee. Because I do have training. I do have training in martial arts, so thank God for that. My mom put me in martial arts training when I was a young child, 6 years old, and I trained for 20 years. I did competitions, I did tournaments, So I've got no fear. Whew. Oh man, thank God for my mother, man. Thank goodness from her, man. She saw what was coming, man. She totally understood what the hell I was facing. My mother, Catherine Marie. She put me in fight training by the time I was 6 years old. Because we lived in difficult places like in Oregon, where there's the Ku Klux Klan and there's the Indian tribes, and so she was like, you gotta learn how to fight. And the story she told me was like, you have to learn how to fight. You have to fight. She was like, there was a bully that used to bully me on the school bus, and when I would walk home, this is what my mother said. She goes, and when I would walk home, he was bullying me, so I picked up a log and I knocked him off the cliff and I killed him, and he's dead. So I murdered a guy. That was my mother's story. And my mom was like, um, your sisters, they got each other's backs. So like there was some guy with braces on who was like, trying to flirt with your sister and like tease her and stuff. So Rita, that's my sister. Rita punched him in his fucking teeth. So that's how we were fucking raised, man. That's how we were raised. And that's California. That's Northern California. Oh, we're not soft children, man. I'll tell you. Fuck no. We'll just fucking blast you. Northern California is a really fucking hardcore place. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody knows that because they think it's the Silicon Valley, and now we're gonna do research or some shit. Like, and I've been to college. I'm college educated at the University of California. So I've got philosophy degrees and all that shit. I'm a lawyer. I've got a law degree. I went to McGeorge in the University of Pacific. Forget about it. When it comes to intelligence, you're dealing with another level. But Brazil is not the same. Brazil is not the same. It's just not the same level of education and power. I know Kamala Harris as well. Kamala Harris. I met her. I went to her fundraisers. She worked in my same office at the public defender's office in San Francisco because she was a district attorney there. Yeah, dude, I spoke with Kamala Harris quite a few times. Quite a few times. She's pretty cool. I really like her. I hope she comes up again. I really do. That would be cool. I'd come back to the United States just to support Kamala Harris, if I'm being honest, because she's got a lot of potential. But the problem with her is she doesn't have enough confidence. She's not a. She doesn't have that warrior spirit like we do. She can't take out the top man and then rise to the top. I hope she's just kicking back and thinking about it. Kamala Harris, man, that would be the that would be awesome if she became president. You know, I hope she becomes president, but she's not trying. It's like she lost her mojo. And she's Indian. She's an Indian. Kamala. She's Indian and Jamaican. Those are her two sides, Indian and Jamaican. But I feel like the Jamaican side is taking over, and the Indian side needs to kick into action. We really need Kamala Harris. I don't know. I feel like I should coach her because I've coached politicians and stuff. I've done that. I've done that. I've sat them down and I've cross-examined them, and I'm like, okay, for the news, this is how you have to behave. This is how you have to look. I've done that. I've done that successfully. Kamala Harris. If Kamala Harris was looking for a pro to show her how to succeed in the political world, look no further. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of rambling. But I should have maybe wrote an outline. But this is just talk. But it's true.